How many times have you seen a bird or a giraffe or an elephant or a buffalo killed through electrocution? If you've seen that, what has that made you feel? Did you stop to think that probably this would be a father to a calf somewhere, or it would be a brother or a sister? In a space where we are in today and where we all require electricity, we've seen increased electrification projects coming up. And Kenya Power is on the front line to build more power lines, expand the infrastructure and the network to ensure that more Kenyans access electricity. But even as this is happening, there is increased risk of electrocution of animals coming from the power lines. And that's the reason why Kenya Power stopped to think and rethink its strategy in as far as conservation of wildlife is concerned. And more so being that Kenya Power is a leading utility and energy distributor in the country, operating a network of more than 300,000 kilometers of power lines. Some of these power lines traverse through forests, some cut through grasslands, some go through people's homesteads, and some go through the parks. And there are animals that are always beneath these lines. These animals, unlike humans, are not conversant with way leaves, the requirements for the way leaf clearances and so on and so forth. It is our duty as the operators of this network to ensure that the animals are safe, even as we distribute power, to light up our homes as well as the parks. And for this reason, Kenya Power, being a responsible corporate citizen and alive to the fact that wildlife is the heritage of this country, has gone a step ahead and become more proactive and engaged a consultant to assist the company to develop infrastructure that is more friendly to the wildlife. I'm talking about the partnership between Kenya Power through the Institute of Energy Studies and Research, which is the innovation and research arm of Kenya Power, and CADAS Enterprises from the US, where CADAS is assisting Kenya Power to put up protective equipment on the power lines. This is an MOU between Kenya Power through ISR and CADAS, a 5-year MOU that will see the installation of the protective equipment on the infrastructure, as well as capacity building for the Kenya Power engineers and other technical teams that are concerned with the construction of power lines. Today we are here at Soisambu Conservancy, where one of the most dangerous lines in as far as wildlife electrocution is based. We are talking about a line that some few years ago killed giraffes, and it was a very sad day for the country. We are here to see what Kenya Power, through the partnership and the MOU with CADAS, is doing, commencing the official launch of this project that will ensure that the lines are protected, especially in the hot zones. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Karambu Kubai from Corporate Communications with Kenya Power. I'm here to welcome you to the new era of peaceful coexistence between wildlife and power infrastructure. Enjoy the video.
I'm Simon Thompson. I've been working on birds of prey for close to 60 years, I guess. I'm here on Soisambu Conservancy, which is centrally located in one of the most incredible bird areas in the world. We're a World Heritage Site because of that. We have Lake Elementaita on one side, cliff faces around. When it comes around to birds of prey, we have an enormous variety of birds of prey. I personally have counted about 60 different species of birds of prey, although Kenya has one of the highest diversities in the world, about 103. So this area here with the power lines, which is what we're looking at today, is an area of extreme high conflict with the potential of electrocutions and birds of prey.
So when you say birds of prey, what exact species of birds are we talking about?
We're talking about those birds with hook bills and strong feet that are quite capable of killing things much larger than themselves, like eagles, falcons, buzzards, even owls are all members of birds of prey.
One of the challenges KPLC has been facing is interruptions of power supply. We are in business, so we sell energy, and one of the things that we want to ensure is to maximize or optimize on availability of our network. Outages is a negative to our business. So what we have been looking at is a solution that can be able to minimize these outages. One of the causes of outages are animals, and especially birds. And in the Soisambu Conservancy, where our lines pass, we've had many interruptions that are caused by birds. So what we are doing here today is implementing a pilot project that seeks to install insulators on our infrastructure that is seeking to minimize this electrocution of birds. Additionally, we are required by legal instruments to ensure that we design and maintain our power lines to ensure safety to environment. So part of what we are doing is also to ensure that there are no electrocution in line with the requirements of the Energy Act 2019.
For the many years that you've been around and observing and following the story of this bird, what is your kind of experience in as far as energy infrastructure and the relationship with the bird?
I've been dealing with birds of prey so long that I remember the days where most of the power poles were made of wood and big ceramic insulators. Electrocution did occur, but very, very small amounts. I have at my place, for example, an auger buzzard that was electrocuted 40 years ago. He's still with us. He's got a missing wing. But these days, we're getting so many birds coming into our rehab centers, both at Naivasha and here on Soisambu, which have been electrocuted, giving you a good indication of just what percentage of birds are being electrocuted. We have other things like poisoning, which we've been managed to address very maturely with national programs trying to stop poisoning. That's been very successful. Now the drive is to try to stop or mitigate electrocutions. Yes.
We are here today because of this project that Kenya Power is conducting with CADAS. Coming from CADAS, would you shed some light and give us the scope of what this project is about?
What we are doing here is one, protection of the wildlife, and two, trying to make the utility more reliable and eliminating outages caused by interaction with the wildlife. What normally happens, and research has it all over the world, and Kenya is not excluded. 25% of non-routine downtimes are caused by utility interaction with the wildlife. And when we started this study, we started it with the Peregrine Fund. We did research, see where it is vulnerable. And we narrowed down to conservancies, and this is just one of the conservancies. We have quite a number, and we have data on where animals or wildlife have been interacting with the power lines in Kenya, and the data shows that 25% of non-routine outages are because of wildlife interaction. So we sought for solutions, and CADAS Enterprises UA, they provide solutions to sort of managing or eliminating these interactions. CADAS is a US-based company, and they make these covers and bird guards in the US. They're based in the US, and they work with 17. They work in 17 countries worldwide, but they are not yet in Kenya. So CADAS was invited to come to Kenya and see what's happening in Kenya by the Peregrine Fund, and we ended up picking Soisambu as one of the areas to do the pilot project. So we came and trained the staff of Kenya Power, and we did some pilot projects, putting line covers on some of the lines here, and they're wonderful. Those holes where we put the covers, there's been no fatality at all.
The process of our seeking for solutions, we have entered into collaboration with CADAS Enterprise, which is a US company. So KPLC has signed a formal collaboration and partnership with CADAS, and through that we are getting support from CADAS to intervene in terms of minimizing birds electrocution in Soisambu. And not just here, this is a pilot. We'll be expanding to other areas, including Mombasa and other parts of the country.
How long is the MOU between ISR and CADAS?
Yeah, the MOU is a 5-year period, but we have divided it into two. The first section is a pilot. We just want to see whether this solution can be able to sort out the problem of electrocution and power outages related to animals. After then, we roll out the project full, installing the insulators in areas of we consider as hotspots.
There are so many other reasons why birds die anyway, not just out of electrocution, but how much of a problem is electrocution in comparison with other natural causes for the death of the birds?
The issue, because you can see comparison. We don't really know how many have died because it's such a vast problem. But as a rehab center, when we get birds who are coming in from, say, persecution, being hit by cars, hitting pane glass windows, being poisoned, electrocution now is the leading cause of mortalities. And the great thing about it is one of the few things that you can fix. that you can stop.
So getting from inner power, of course with the support from CADAS, are installing some kind of insulated sheets on the power lines. Could you please tell us what are those, what's the material that is made of, and what exactly is it supposed to serve put on the power line?
Yeah, mainly what causes electrocution are birds which perch on the pin insulators. As you can see on our poles, we have pin insulators that exposes our conductors. So when birds come and perch on these points and they breach clearance between two lines, that's what causes electrocution. So what we are doing is, because these are common points of perching of birds, we're installing these insulators at those points of perching. These are insulators. Insulators are poor conductors, so it allows the birds to perch even without any harm on them. So basically that is it, insulation against flow of current through the birds, and any bird that is perching there is safe.
These are the insulation covers by CADAS. It's quite simple really. That's where the insulator goes in, that's where the wires go. So it goes clips on top, and this is the extension arm where I think you can just clip it in. And so that means it goes either side. So a bird of prey with big wings, as it comes in, will not make direct contact between phase to phase or phase to earth. So the circuit is stopped by these insulators. It's very simple, but it works very well. These products, I think, they'll last for up to about 50 years.
Made out of what?
These are made out of special kinds of plastic that really don't get affected by UV, and they don't break down in the sunlight. And they can take up to 33,000 volts of electricity. They insulate against that.
I can say one of the biggest challenge that we have been experiencing are issues of interruptions. This line, it really serves a very big part of the county. Yeah? So a single interruption on this line really affect a lot of customers. It will not only affect customers in terms of satisfaction, but also affect us in terms of sales. So what we are doing today is addressing one of the big challenges that we have been having, where we have got wild animals, including birds, perching on these lines, occasioning power interruptions. So the interventions that we have had today, the one that we can witness on the line here, and the ones over there, and the one that were installed on the other side, all of them are just meant to reduce incidences of power interruptions occasioned by the wildlife, including the birds which are within this conservancy.
So how much of a menace has been the birds, the issues of power supply? And I am saying this meaning like the interruptions, power outages that are occasioned by maybe the electrocution of the birds. How severe is that situation in this area?
Well, I can say two, three incidents within a month. And to us, when you consider the scope of the area being served by this line, a single incident is quite enormous. We can't fathom an interruption on this line because of the amount of power that it can carry. So 1, 2, 3 interruptions like this happening as of now is quite a lot. So any intervention like the one that we are having today to be able to reduce those kind of interruptions is a welcome idea, and I want to believe it's going to really go a long way in terms of conserving the wild animal here, helping us in terms of reducing those outages, improving us in terms of issues of sales, and even making our customers enjoy stable power supply.
Out of the 4 poles where you did your pilot within the conservancy, what was the consideration with the 4 poles? Because I see the network within this ranch is quite huge and expansive with so many poles. So why the choice of the 4?
Soisambu, within Soisambu, there's another company called Birds of Prey Trust, and they do study birds, their habits, and all that. So they have identified and prioritized the most dangerous poles. In this Soisambu Conservancy, 500 poles are known to be dangerous. 300 are moderate. So from that research they did, they identified the most lethal poles where birds used to get killed almost on a daily basis. So it is them who pinpointed which poles to do first. Like today, we have just done a few poles, but it has been prioritized based on the risk assessment, the risk rating that Soisambu Conservancy, through the Birds of Prey Trust, have identified. So apart from that, that was Soisambu. We are also doing assessment in other areas in the same way. We've been to Mombasa. Mombasa has got a lot of problems from monkeys itself, the wildlife, causing a lot of downtime.
Which particular area of Mombasa?
Nyali. Nyali's got a lot of problem with the monkeys area. So monkey can go jump onto a transformer station, touch those bushes which are energized, power goes off, and it takes almost 8 or so hours to get power back. So there are ways we can cover those, cadres can provide covers for those energized bushes to work with us. You go to a substation in Nyali, somewhere in Likoni, birds, crow, they call Indian crowbirds, they are nesting there. And when they nest there, they sort of breach on faces. And you can have outage on a substation, if a substation goes off for 24 hours, it's a lot of loss. And the number of birds being killed in that particular substation. So those are the kind of assessments that we do. So we just don't take the covers like that, but you also do research and assessment, which areas are more vulnerable that you can work on. So that's how we ended up with the 4 poles in Soisambu.
Our aim ultimately is to insulate every live point of perching, but then because right now we are in pilot stage, we are simply identifying the hotspot areas. These are areas where the conductors, either they are close to each other, so that when the birds perch, they can easily, when they open their wings, they can be able to reach to the adjacent conductor. So we are identifying these hotspots, identifying them and installing in those places of hotspots, so that even as we move forward and plan for additional material, we can be able to cover now other areas that we think are necessary for protection against wildlife electrocution.
It is important to realize that this is not an issue just facing Kenya. This is an issue that's facing the rest of the world. In the American Midwest, for example, back in the 50s, everybody realized it to be a major issue. And they fixed the issue. Now collision is now the leading cause of mortality, not electrocution. They fixed it by making the poles good in the first place, and so that their configuration is unable to electrocute birds. Now one of the biggest areas of interest is in Mongolia, China, where you have unbelievable flat plateaus, thousands of square kilometers, and all the birds of prey only have power lines to sit on. And that has caused a massive mortality, but that's being addressed by a number of organizations, chief of which is the Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Raptor Conservation Fund. It's retrofitted about 27,000 poles, and they can do it literally within a matter of months.
What about in Kenya? So we've seen what Kenya Power is right now doing here is trying to redesign and to fix some certain equipment on the power lines. So what do you think of this project and its relationship with your conservation efforts?
Well, this project actually is developed quite rapidly. We were very aware of this as an issue some 27 years ago, but just recently working with CADAS Enterprises and KPLC, a union has been made whereby identify the problem, identify the solutions, and are going ahead. Often there's a lot of delay between implementation. So, the concept is known, it's out there, and this is a wonderful time right now is to see things working, whereby I feel personally very euphoric about it. We are going to be fixing the problem. And from a conservation point of view, I believe that Kenya will be able to shine beyond all the other countries within the sub-region, and that we'll be able to export what we're doing here to neighboring countries like Uganda, Tanzania, and elsewhere.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, this sort of technology, it has been there, it has been existing. You go to the US, you go to Asia, you cannot put a power line that probably will kill a bird. Not even raptor, just a bird. So, but in Africa, we have not embraced this technology. And I think we are starting in Kenya with Kenya Power. It also shows that Kenya Power management team is taking environmental conservation and environmental and sustainable operations very, very seriously. So that's why they agreed to sign a partnership with CADAS to start here. I'm aware from CADAS headquarters that there have been calls here and there from other African countries, and some of them may be coming to Kenya to see what we are doing here. So it's good that you have started with Kenya, and it's going to be a showcase to other countries in Africa.
It's a funny thing that already just a few power poles which have been fixed has led to the kinetic energy taking place whereby Uganda is showing interest in what we're doing. That's already, just with 3 poles. Tanzania got a few things done by Tata Chemicals down in Lake Natron, but nothing at this level. Rest of Southern Africa, South Africa, they're way ahead. But places like Namibia and Botswana and Zambia, way behind. So I'm pleased that we're showing them what to do. And quite literally, the interest is already there. They're looking at us very closely. And the moment we get involved, they'll follow.
Okay. Is the same case for West Africa, Northern Africa?
West Africa is lamentably very much behind in all terms of conservation. Their parks and their especially interest in raptors is only just beginning. North Africa, there is a problem in Morocco in particular, which is being addressed. And there are other places like even Sudan, where they know that a certain group of birds are going and they're all dying in Sudan. They're being retrofitted in Sudan. That's actually quite interesting. So you put backpacks, GPS backpacks on birds in Europe, you watch them go into Africa and you watch where they die. So then they go and address the issue there. And they're finding a lot of dying very close to Khartoum. So they're going there to fix that issue.
So beyond the fitting of the equipment, the protection equipment, how is CADAS preparing Kenya Power to be more proactive in terms of designing power lines? Because every new day, new infrastructure comes up, and I believe in consideration of the coexistence between wildlife and the infrastructure, there is need to be more proactive in terms of the kind of infrastructure that is put up. So how is CADAS stepping in to ensure that even as Kenya Power moves to expand electricity distribution infrastructure, it's more considerate of the wildlife?
Good. When we started the project and while running workshops for Kenya Power staff, we realized that the awareness is a bit low. The awareness of coexisting of the power lines and the wildlife is a bit low. So we went ahead and developed a curriculum. That curriculum is domiciled at the Institute of Energy Studies and Research, Kenya Power. So we'll be running that curriculum for all the engineers in Kenya Power and the other stakeholders and utility companies in Kenya. 1, to create awareness. 2, to find solutions so that when you do the environmental impact assessment and find that where you're doing the project, there are wildlife, even birds, you may need to design that line separately. You don't go with the normal way of designing. So the curriculum, 1, is to create awareness among the engineers in Kenya Power, and 2, to give them some options of designing better lines so that the power lines can coexist with the wildlife.
Looking at the long term, in terms of the new lines that are being designed, some of them pass through the parks. What kind of engagement are you having with CADAS to ensure that even as we develop new infrastructure, we are taking care and into consideration the importance of the coexistence between wildlife and energy infrastructure?
This pilot is to inform many things. One of them is standards within KPLC. Once we have statistics and we can be able to validate the solution, we'll move forward and see how we can be able to improve our standards so that it can inform how we procure our material. We want to procure, we want to design and maintain in a way that ensures the safety of animals. So once we confirm that this is able to work, we'll move forward and work with standards people to improve our standards so that at all stages of power line development, we are able to integrate animal safety.
Is there any aspects of the MOU that you have with CADAS maybe that takes care of capacity building within our technical team so that we look more proactive and we design the lines better, perhaps from a point of consideration of the wildlife and the importance of the wildlife to our national heritage.
Yes, in the collaboration and partnership, yes, there's an element of capacity building. As it is, our engineers are involved in the design, maintenance, and all the process that involves development and also cooperation of our power lines. So we want to impart knowledge so that they can be able to know how do we design power lines in a way that ensures animal safety. When those who are doing maintenance, how do we maintain to ensure that animals are safety? So the entire areas of power operation, from design, construction to operation, we want to see that we give them knowledge. And beyond just KPLC, we'll also be seeking to see that we also invite other players within the energy sector. As you know, the grid is an interconnected network. So what happens in Ketraco affects as well what happens in Kenya Power. So that together we can put together our efforts, all the institutions, and ensure that our grid is safe and also reliable in terms of power supply.
Of course, ISR being the research arm and innovation arm of Kenya Power, I believe this is a project that you have so much keen interest with from where you sit at ISR.
Yes, and particularly me, I'm very proud because I'm now, I think, 5 months at ISR. This is my first baby to deliver, and I think the success of this will inform a lot how we are going into the future. So ISR is extremely proud to partner with CADAS in implementing this project, and together I think we'll celebrate the results. Hopefully that it will be able to work in our favor.
And of course, with close monitoring of the research and the outcomes from this project, I believe that is something that you'll be interested in as you take forward the project.
Yes, we are looking at sustainability because beyond just installing, in pilot stage and also the first part of the project, I think one of the important things is to develop local capacity in terms of, continuity, so that we make this part of routine. So probably we'll be doing a lot of discussion with local manufacturers just beyond this and see whether such products can be able to locally be manufactured, so that we can ensure as we build local economy, we buy Kenya and build Kenya, but also ensure reliable power supply to maintain the industries that are doing the same.
You said this is a 5-year MOU?
This is a 5-year MOU. We have our pilot is running for 1 year, and the rest of the 4 years we'll be implementing in other areas across the country.
So you're looking at all the regions that Kenya Power covers?
Yes, we are looking at all the regions. As you know, KPLC covers the entire country, but priority, we have a priority list that includes, so example, we are here. And next we'll move to Kwale, and next to Mombasa Island. We have places like Laikipia, where we have animal conservancies. These are areas that are prone to electrocution. So we are giving these areas high priority, but our determination is we expand this across the entire country.
Okay. Congratulations, engineer, for their first baby, as you said.
Thank you.
ISR, we hope that this lives to see the light of the day, and of course, the commitment that is there within the company.
Thank you.
Kenya Power and as well as ISR in terms of sustainability and protection of wildlife.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we look forward to see the success of the project.
Thank you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all from the Soy Sabo Conservancy. Catch you on the next one, on the next hotspot. Thank you for watching.